Hello again. My name is Heather Jenkins, and it is my honor and privilege to be the Literacy Lab's CEO. And thank you so much for joining us again for Learning with the Literacy Lab. Today, I want to, via me, introduce you to the rock stars who really do the work day in and day out, our tutors and our fellows. So on one side of our program model, we have our tutors, who are all AmeriCorps members. So they all apply to serve with us through AmeriCorps. And most are recent college graduates, but we do also have some high school graduates, and we do also have some folks who are retirees who really love to do this work. And the maximum years of service is 4. And I will say, and I don't know if this is unique to us, but I think it is, we have a number of folks who serve with us for 3 or 4 years. And that's really a testament to what we've built organizationally. In terms of our fellows, so our Leading Men Fellowship program is really unique in that we recruit Black and brown young men who we want to expose to careers in the field of education. While people of color are underrepresented in education, men of color are grossly underrepresented in education. And so all of our fellows are Black and brown young men between the ages of 18 and 24. We recruit those who have not yet attained a bachelor's degree, again, with that dual goal of exposing them to the field of education with the hope that many will go on and stay in education. So we have a very intensive, rigorous training process for our tutors and for our fellows. And so they will engage in 2 weeks of training all day, every day, Monday through Friday, before they start their service. And this training is focused on the core content of the model that they will use, either the Reading Core model or the Seeds of Learning, as well as training in data collection. We have a lot of training in terms of DEI and culturally responsive practices. We also have a lot of training that supports our tutors and our fellows in terms of building strong relationships with students and creating safe spaces for students and managing students' behavior along the way. And throughout their service year, they are also observed and coached by an internal coach in the school in which they serve and a literacy lab coach. So they've got these expert educators who are constantly observing how they are working with students and providing them feedback in the moment, but also doing some whole group sessions as well based on the trends that they've seen and kind of pulling the groups together and saying, here are the things we need to work on to make sure we're giving the very best to our students. And then additionally, for our Leading Men Fellows, they have an entire professional learning group where they're getting mentoring, advisement, they're being exposed to the field of education, and they're also getting financial literacy training and other types of training just to help them in their general lives. So when I spoke about the tutors and the fellows, I spoke about coaches. And so there are 2 types of coaches that we have on the AmeriCorps side of things. And part of the Reading Core model requires an internal coach. And so that is a teacher in the school in which we serve who devotes about 10 hours a week to the literacy lab tutor. So that person will help them look at student data and build their caseload. That person will observe and coach them. And that person will review data with them on a regular basis to monitor progress for the students. And then we also have a literacy lab coach who is someone that we employ, who is also a veteran educator, who is serving in a similar capacity, just kind of coming from the outside in. And so they travel around to different schools that are part of their caseload, and that they really connect deeply with those internal coaches. They're also the ones who are responsible for providing training for the coaches, for the internal coaches in the model. So every year before the start of school, we bring the internal coaches together and make sure that they are trained, that they understand all of the assessments that we use, the requirements of the internal coach, what it means to build the caseload, all of that. And so our coaching specialists that we employ do that work, as well as they do their own observations of tutors and fellows as well. And so just one piece with the internal coach, that is only on the Reading Core side at this point. We don't have that built into the Leading Men Fellowship model, but that may be something that we do in the future. And then we also have program staff who are kind of supporting tutors and fellows on more logistical things. So they're helping them with their timesheets. They're helping them with any questions that they have about their benefits, about taking time off, et cetera, the more logistical and administrative pieces of their work. So what the Literacy Lab offers is really, really unique and incredibly comprehensive. So both of our models that we use are research and evidence-based. Both of them allot the different interventions for students based on assessment data. So we're taking student data and we're pairing that with our interventions to make sure that we are providing the best possible support to meet students where they are and move them forward in their skills. We are also embedded in our schools all day, every day that school is in session for the service year. So unlike some other organizations who might come in for a couple of hours, we are there all day, every day, which really boosts the amount of additional learning time for the students we serve. And given that the students we serve are those most marginalized, that's incredibly important because there's time for relationship building, there's time for social emotional development, and the academic piece, which really amplifies and accelerates that academic learning. So we're a really holistic program, and we're a really comprehensive data-driven program as well. And so in my opinion, based on everything I've seen in 20 years, this is really a winning combination to ensure that students get what they need from our work. Thank you so much for watching. I could talk about our tutors and our fellows all day. It's really been a privilege in the short time that I've been here so far to be able to observe some of our tutors and fellows in their interventions with students and just hear from them, especially those who have been with us for multiple years, about why this work is important to them. And so I invite you to visit our website and learn more.